So I do see some learning experience. I see courage and bravery. Oh, someone's learned something. They've been soul searching. Someone's feeling brave. Wow, strength and guidance. Someone getting some spiritual guidance. This is someone who's been on their own path, but they've learned something. They've been looking for clues and answers. So it's someone who's feeling brave, confident. Yeah, they're focusing on their inner strength. Gorgeous. Honesty and communication. There's going to be some kind of honest communication. And I see guardian angel. This is someone hoping, hoping for the best, praying. Yeah. So this is somebody here finding spiritual guidance here. Beautiful. Guardian angel. And we have composure. So someone who's very composed, finding their inner balance. Just being calm. See, someone who's very balanced here. So very nice energy. This could be yourself or someone around you. But I feel the biggest thing is honesty, communicating honesty with honesty. There's going to be some kind of communication. Who is this person in this learning experience? Oh, it's an emperor. Somebody here is soul searching here. We have an emperor, someone who's learned a lot of lessons. Boy. Yeah, look at that. And then we have Nine of Cups. This is someone playing it safe, feeling a little cautious. So this is somebody here finding the courage, the bravery. This is often someone, because of the honesty and communication, someone's showing their true self. But it's often a person who's just being a little cautious, but they're trusting in the flow. Okay, just kind of going with the flow. Yeah, wow. This could be someone getting advice or guidance from another person as well. And then we have Three of Wands. So I do see this energy of waiting or looking out there. This is someone who has the energy and they need to realize their goals. So this is somebody has some kind of goal here. It has to do with expansion. This is a person who's, I feel, ready to, move forward to get themselves out there. Yeah, I see someone manifesting communication. They have everything they need. They've learned something. They have all the tools, the information, what they need. So there's honest communication. This is someone feeling hopeful, okay, with the guardian angel. Yeah, hoping and praying, staying composed. And we have the Queen of Swords. Yeah, some of you got your sword up. You're in protective mode. You're protecting what matters to you, the feminine energy. Yeah, so it has to do with clear communication, someone's intentions. It's about seeing truth, speaking truth. Yeah, and we have, someone very composed, Queen of Pentacles, but somebody protecting what's theirs. So it's an energy of a Queen of Pentacles in protective mode, being discerning and wise, but hopeful, feeling like there's some kind of hope, but being cautious. I feel there's a feminine being cautious, someone who never got what they wanted. Okay? So it has to do with communication. It's manifesting communication. It has to do with truth, someone's intentions. I feel your intentions are to look out for yourself. Okay, but I see beautiful composure, staying grounded, sensible, and making practical decisions. My goodness. I'll just grab this deck here. Let's have a look at the Emperor. Who is this Emperor energy? This is someone who makes empowered choices. Yeah, this is someone feeling left out in the cold, feeling kind of lonely. Yeah, this is someone who's learned something here. They're learning something. So there's something negative here. This is someone who is kind of keeping this all to themselves. Nine of Cups. Why is this here? Why is this here? Yeah, we have the start of something new. The Empress. We have an Empress. We have a feminine here. Someone open. This is an energy of someone showing their true self. But someone's feeling left out or left out in the cold. I don't know if there's someone who ghosted you, ignored you, or what happened, or they were. But they were definitely an energy of negativity. Tell me more about that Five of Pentacles. Why was this person in an energy of lack? Why were they in the energy of lack? Lacking love. Some of you are lonely. You're lacking. You got someone, it's the feminine, lacking love. But this is someone who may have had negative thoughts or energy here. But it has to do with someone here open to love. So I do feel it's an energy of someone who's ghosted someone or ignored them at some point here. I feel some of you are playing it safe. You're being cautious. I mean, the Empress always plays it cautious, but there's something ghosting, lacking, negative energy. You know, someone's moving on, so it's an energy of someone taking lessons learned. Now, we have an Emperor here who's learned something, though. You can see soul searching, looking for clues. So somebody here just kind of, there's some time in between, someone calming down, applying the lessons they've learned. So it has to do with someone leaving lack and loneliness behind, because we have a feminine here. Someone here who's definitely someone who's emotionally mature, available, open. Yeah, see both people playing it safe, being cautious. But this is two people who often have never kind of got what they wanted. So there's that always that energy of playing it safe, always keeping the feelings to self until someone's sure. Tell me about the Nine of Cups. Yeah, someone's going, aha. See, it's an energy of someone being enlightened. It has to do with some sort of truth where someone, see, someone here's finding out some truth. Someone spoke truth. This is somebody who obviously wasn't trusting. They felt there was something lacking, that something was kind of off about the feminine. So now we have a truth here, but now we have a feminine who's kind of in protective mode, protecting what matters. Yeah. See, confirmation. Let's have a look at the energy of this waiting. It's going to be a feminine just kind of waiting, focusing on work, their house, home, you know, just kind of doing their own thing here. Yeah, it has to do with someone reaching out. Could be seeds planted in the past. Someone here wasn't giving. There was a lot of negativity. So somebody may have ghosted someone or ignored them. Okay? But I feel it has to do with a lesson being learned, because someone's learned. They now have the information. There's been some time in between. Someone's seeing something different here. Oh, yes. It has to do with this person reaching out. They're feeling more confident. So somebody wasn't feeling confident. It was an Emperor not feeling confident at all. Okay? Because of something to do with their path. They're looking for clues. They've spent time alone. Someone's learning this here. Yeah, we have a person who's now thinking something through. So someone here could be a feminine showering abundance upon a masculine. And this masculine is kind of looking at this like some sort of lesson they've learned before. Someone didn't, and I feel it's a person who didn't think it through. They rushed in and then kind of ghosted somebody here. They changed their mind. Someone changed their mind, but they're now seeing this truth. They're going, aha. So it has to do with someone who's being enlightened. They're finding something out. Let's have a look at this magician energy. This is somebody going to manifest what it is they want. Yeah, it's a whole change of perspective. Someone's having a change of perspective. They're looking at things from a different perspective. They're no longer negative. I mean, it could be somebody who is just, you know, going down a new path, and they're still kind of dealing with this internal energy. So it's a person I feel who's distanced themselves from somebody here. Kind of waiting for things to calm down. And they're seeing some kind of truth. So I feel we have a feminine who may have reached out to someone. This person kind of went into it without thinking and then backed out. They're now, seeing things from a different perspective. Someone was speaking truth. It has to do with an Empress. I think this is someone who felt a person was trying to take advantage of them. Chances are they already learned that before. Yeah, when a feminine reaches out, they want something, you know. Yeah, this is a person here tempering their passions, emotions. See, this is somebody who wasn't prepared. They weren't ready. So this is a person I feel who's kind of just calming down. Seeing things different. See, they're seeing things different after a period of time. Now, it could be yourself to do with this masculine, especially if they reached out to you and you, you know, or going through a healing. But I see an Empress and Emperor here. Lessons are being learned, and I feel we have the two people who've learned their lessons. And I feel we got two people waiting. We got two people waiting for the other person here. So it has to do with someone choosing their battles, because I do feel it's a feminine reaching out. And this person didn't reciprocate, ghosted, because they felt something was up. They changed their mind here for some reason. But now after a period of time, they're feeling differently. Why? Because they've healed. They've taken time to heal. They weren't prepared. This is someone now prepared. But now we have two people waiting. Yeah, somebody here ready for something new, feeling positive. Someone's feeling higher vibrational, feeling positive. It's time to start something new. Some of you may have been waiting for someone a long time, and now you're feeling different. You may have decided to move on. It's very possible where you're ready to look elsewhere. Tired of waiting. Yeah, some of you have someone new, but I feel like you're in protective mode, likely because of what this happened, but it's about thinking it through, feeling confident with a choice. Yeah, there's new coming in. It's a masculine coming in. Tell me about this Emperor. I need to know more about the Emperor. See, they felt something was negative, or they felt they weren't good enough. There was some kind of insecurity, but they're now, and it could be, like I say, they didn't see something here, obviously. Tell me more about the Emperor. What is this Emperor up to? This is often someone who goes into a situation acting like they don't have money, but they do because they've been taken advantage of. Yeah, no, it's someone who's walked away from something. Yeah, so it's somebody who's ready for something new. They've left something behind. They're distancing themselves from someone here. But they've learned a lot of lessons. They're applying it to the next situation. See, next? Yeah, that's what's happened here. But if the same thing happened where, it kind of feels off because we have a feminine reaching out. That I do feel it's a feminine, but I feel it's a feminine now waiting to receive. And this person's going, aha. So they have to be the one to start it, whatever happened. Yeah, they need to take the lead. Full steam ahead. Yeah. See, I feel it's happened suddenly, too. I feel it's the feminine who took the lead. Wanted to get something going, and this person put on the brakes. There's something they didn't see. See, they got up into their head a little bit here. But I'm going to tell you, regardless of what's happened here, I don't think you're going to see this coming, because I feel like you're focused on work, doing other things. I do feel like the feminine is grounding themselves. If you haven't been grounded, now's the time to ground yourself. Okay? You have everything you need to prosper. See, this is someone speaking truth. You have what you need. So if you felt somebody was taking advantage of you in the past and you felt something was off, it's very possible here that you're making a decision to cut somebody out here. But there's something new coming in, and I don't think you're going to see it coming. But the interesting thing is this masculine at this point up here didn't see this coming. They weren't prepared. They weren't ready. It's like they didn't expect it, put it that way. Yeah. Yeah, see, it's an energy of somebody, two people coming apart, two people coming together, going down this path. That has to do with someone who's ready to go down this path. But now we have a feminine who's kind of moved forward here, looking into the future, looking elsewhere, doing a lot of thinking. Definitely someone who's protects what's theirs. See, the Guardian. See, it's an energy of feeling safe. The Queen of Pentacles likes to feel safe. Something maybe didn't feel safe. It was off for some of you. Yeah, and there it is, choosing the wand, the one. I see a spark attraction, someone checking someone out. I don't think you're going to see this coming. I feel like the feminine is still kind of focused on this person, somebody who ghosted, ignored. But I feel like this is someone who walked away. They were walking away. They were in transition. Tell me about the Queen of Swords, the truth. Speaking truth, being discerning, wise, taking the lessons you've learned. See, looking out for yourself, just grounding yourself. Yeah, assessing the situation. See, I feel like you're assessing this. You're thinking here. Everything that's kind of happened. Yeah, you got an opportunity. You got a pentacle coming in. You got a person coming in to offer you something here, but are you open to receive? See, waiting, and then you're waiting, and now you're thinking next. It's time to look elsewhere. So you're already focused on a new path, some of you, and then you've got this person coming in. It could be someone you know. There's been time in between. Tell me about this Six of Swords. Yeah, so someone here definitely who's gone through a healing. So someone just calming down. I feel this is a person who's was on a particular path. They've spent some time alone. They've gone within, exploring those deep feelings, emotions. We have the King and Queen of Cups. It does look like for some of you the feminine reached out and this person was in transition. they had just walked away from something. They're waiting for things to calm down. But now I feel, I don't know who reached out to who for sure, but it looks like it was the feminine. But now the feminine's open to receive. You're about to receive something. Like I say, at some point nothing was really moving. It's both people waiting. But we have somebody here who's taking a step back, feeling differently, looking at things different. See, some of you feel different about someone. You're no longer interested. But it's here twice. So this is why I feel you've left something behind. Now you have an Emperor coming in. Tell me about this, assessing the situation. See, we have somebody focused on a feminine, focused on their money. I feel like some of you are assessing this. But I also feel it's this Emperor too. Releasing things that no longer serve. We have someone who knows their worth. Some Aquarius energy. Also releasing situations that no longer serve. So some of you have learned it doesn't serve to reach out to a masculine here. But I feel there's something that needed to be known. Because there is that moment of that the light bulb goes off. Where this masculine's going, aha. They've learned something. They've been enlightened. They're finding out some kind of truth. Or the feminine is. I mean, you could be masculine or feminine watching this, but it's almost like you're mirroring each other a little here. See a spark, attraction. See, but someone's going down a new path. Some of you have a choice between two. So you may be still focused on that, something negative that happened up there. But a whole change of perspective. Now, it could be someone just checking you out. Somebody new coming in to take the lead. But you can see this is somebody not seeing this coming. Someone didn't see it coming. I feel the feminine took the lead and it didn't serve. So now you're not moving. Because it's seed planted in the past, a situation coming to fruition. But it's also an energy of leaving the past in the past, because we have someone cutting someone out because the situation didn't serve, and just releasing it. Just letting it go. It no longer serves, but applying the lessons. So, there's going to be a choice here. Choosing the path, choosing the one. Some of you have a choice. You've got a masculine here making some kind of choice. This is somebody stable, financially stable. The negativity is someone who's, I feel, was still in transition. They had just walked away. They weren't emotionally ready. Now someone's feeling more ready because they're prepared. See, somebody wasn't prepared. So it's telling the feminine to get prepared. I feel like you are preparing, and I feel while you're waiting, it's like Let's have a look at that Ace of Swords. What is going on here? What is that truth? Someone living in the moment, taking a leap of faith. See, some of you, I feel the feminine, you were feeling bold and you took a risk and reached out. This person, maybe you just decided to go for it. You didn't think it through. And this person may have felt it was off and decided to just ignore it and didn't respond. Now, just like I say, that could go in several ways, masculine or feminine. What is this King of Pentacles? This is someone also grounding themselves. See, this is someone having a realization they have everything they need. They're ready to manifest, to communicate. So there's some kind of honesty and communication. It has to do with honesty, integrity. So this is someone, and I do see someone seeing themselves, it didn't serve them. Because someone was speaking truth. And it could be someone giving advice, telling someone they spoke truth. So the situation didn't serve them. It's time to let it go. So it has to do with someone's hopes. Someone here who feels like there's hope because they're finding something out. And I still feel the feminine's not going to see it coming. We got someone who's been reminiscing, longing for love. Someone's letting go of past. This could be some of you have a new crush and you may have a choice to make. Okay, like I say, I feel some of you, all this waiting, you're now feeling differently. You're now off on a new path. But I think somebody here kind of feels a little bit like a fool because they had an opportunity and they didn't go for it. They ignored somebody. So, just take what resonates. A little different for everyone, but it's the use of this energy with this masculine. This is someone who grounded themselves, looking into the future, very goal-oriented, where they see themselves, someone who longs for love. Okay? But I think some of you are focused on a new crush. you know, but I do see the reminiscing. Yeah, some of you got somebody else here. Some of the feminines have someone else very charming. But this is all the energies of the Emperor too, which is really interesting. Some of you got a couple things going to happen here. But this King of Wands is a person who takes the lead, letting this person take the lead. Tell me about the King of Pentacles. What happened with the King of Pentacles? Let's see if this is two people. This is someone who was apprehensive. See, not communicating clearly, tossing a hint, a breadcrumb. This is a person who's, you know, they wanted it to be successful, but the way they communicated didn't serve them. They weren't clear. So it has to do with somebody here taking control, taking the lead. I feel like you got a person going to swoop in here. Yeah, you've got two Emperor energies. I'm not kidding. Some of you. Or it's just this person manifesting all these energies. The realization they have everything they need. This is what they want. This could be the one. But like I say, I feel like some of the feminines are looking elsewhere because of this past energy. So who is this other Emperor? Somebody willing to cooperate, compromise, someone who brings something to the table. There's going to be communication. They're acknowledging this to go down this path. Maybe the things you have in common. Compatibility. And we have the mutual energy. Oh my goodness. Someone could be giving someone advice with that Queen of Swords though. But it's an energy of truth. Somebody finding out truth. Could be a friend or somebody, you know. But I feel that there's acknowledgement. Skills. The skills that someone has. Someone who's very capable. Yeah. Also someone very charming, very creative. Is connected with the Empress. So that's why I feel we have someone who was feeling bold and took a risk and reached out to someone. This person kind of went for it and then backed out. Or they didn't go for it. They thought it through and decided this, you know, something was off. And now we have a feminine now looking elsewhere. But now we have this person going through this transition. They're going deep within their emotions. So this is somebody who was looking for something new. They left something behind that was not emotionally fulfilling. But because of the Nine of Cups twice, nobody got what they wanted. See, being cautious. Somebody here kind of pushed through that fear of playing it safe. Somebody who generally plays it safe decided to be bold. So, yeah, now we have this person coming in. Offer, invitation, an opportunity, some kind of gathering. It's somebody putting all their cups on the table. Tell me about the Page of Pentacles. Yeah, this is justice. Someone didn't come in right. They weren't fair. There may have been a judgment. Yeah, but this is someone kind of like, you know what, next, I've moved on. The realization after a period of time here, see, some time in between where you feel this person's no longer right for you. See, some of you are waiting for someone to be more generous with their time, their energy, to maybe commit, and they didn't commit. You didn't get what you wanted. Because this is often someone who can be quite generous, but that's why I feel the feminine took a risk. But now, because the tables have turned, this person feels like a fool. We got someone going to push through that fear. And like I say, I feel like some of you aren't going to see this coming. It's like some of you are still focused on what's been left behind here. There it is, feeling confident, being brave, taming the beast. See, it's an energy of no longer... I feel giving to someone here because they weren't fair. They didn't treat you right. So I feel this is where you have that moment, some of you. This person wasn't right for you. You're now focused on someone new. Crush. You're leaving the past behind. Oh my goodness, the feminine. But you've got this opportunity coming in. Yeah, look at that change. See, and the tables have turned. I mean, it could be just this person going through these motions, coming in to make something right. Maybe they weren't fair because they're finding out some kind of truth, or the realization you were speaking truth. See, it's about honesty, integrity, communication, justice, being fair, harmony being restored. Yeah, it has to do with someone focused a lot on work, It has to do with somebody who didn't put in effort. They were tossing breadcrumbs. Yeah, see, it's an energy where you're waiting for someone, you're waiting to receive. So there is something to do with past, but I feel some of you have left the past in the past. I feel like you're just doing your own thing while you're waiting. And I feel like you've got a person coming in. Yeah, it's an energy of having all the tools, the information, you have everything you need. I feel the person coming towards you is more suited. I do. Yeah, but I mean, it could work out different for each. The world is here, things turning around. I see change for the better. Some of you have moved on. You got tired of waiting. So this is why I feel we have a lot of happiness here coming in here, some kind of opportunity. Someone's coming in right, building a foundation. They have everything they need. It's an energy of what two people are desiring here too. You both have what you need. You both have skills. You have a King of Swords here. Someone who's been doing a lot of thinking. They are single, enjoying the fruits of their labors. But this is also truth. Two people speaking truth, having an honest, open communication. So there's going to be some truth here. Now, some of you, it's just this person coming back around, changed, but it's telling you to look to see if they've changed. Making sure, being very discerning here. But others of you, I feel like you're leaving this past, and behind it, there's a crush. I see someone crushing on you, or you're checking someone out, because I'm seeing that beautiful energy coming in. Yeah, there's opportunity for change. It's taking the opportunities that are presented to you. Somebody here is going to come forward, but this is someone who's gone through their own thing. See, they're analyzing this. They're about to make a decision. It has to do with being fair. Maybe somebody wasn't fair in an assessment. So someone could be putting on the brakes, reassessing. But I feel the feminine is, honestly, I feel the feminine's moving towards something new here. Yeah, see, healing. See, there's opportunity for change, healing, releasing all these things that no longer serve. Some of you have a person, I feel, who has healed because they were going into transition. So interesting. Yeah, you got a couple things going on, some of you. You might not see one of these coming, okay? Guaranteed. Because I do think there's someone single. They know you're single. They're also single. There's truth. This is someone who was single. So if you have someone who put on the brakes, I feel they were, okay? Yeah, but I feel they were just going through something emotional here. Yeah. Tell me more about this King of Swords. This is one taking charge. See, they're taking charge, taking the lead, taking action. They need to take action. And I see this beautiful transformation. Oh my gosh. So I see spiritual growth, someone who's gone within. So it has to do with someone on that spiritual path. They've gone through a lot of spiritual growth, but it has to do with their path. So this is somebody who's gone through a lot of growth and transformation. So it looks like some of you are going to have a choice to make here. I really feel some of you have moved on. You've healed. The feminine. You're now no longer interested in someone. I feel like you're focused on your money, your home. You're just staying stable. You're independent. See, this is someone seeing truth. You're very independent. But there's also a masculine who's also independent. I think this is the person you're coming together with. I just feel spiritual growth and healing. I feel this is an energy of knowing when someone's right for you. It's telling you to trust your intuition, your inner knowing. It's where you'll just know. If something doesn't feel right, if you have a person who comes in, someone who's coming back around, really pay attention to the signs and the signals, okay? Trust your intuition. I feel like you've got a person who's in that energy too. The King of Swords is someone who has that built-in BS detector. So if you took a leap of faith, the feminine, you were feeling bold and took a risk with this person, they may have felt something was off. And they've been kind of just, like I say, they've also gone through a healing. And I feel like could be someone reaching out, but it's saying for you to be wise. I still feel like there's someone new. Yeah, so it's an energy of harmony and resolution. Some of you could get closure. You may still realize this somebody here just isn't right for you. See, it's about being fair. Somebody was maybe judged somebody and they weren't fair. So it could be someone coming in to make something right. So, but I still feel some of you, I do see harmony, balance, I see resolution. I feel like you're moving towards something really good here. I expect miracles. So there's somebody really, really wonderful. Could be a person coming in healed. They've gotten over something. It depends on your situation. But others of you have definitely moved on because there's another person. As there are two people checking each other out, there's a spark attraction, a new crush. So, yeah. So there's some kind of miracle here. Yeah, look at that. Vulnerability. See, it's all about communicating, being emotionally vulnerable, being available, putting all those cups on the table, someone's hopes and dreams. It's about both people having to do this. Knowing your worth and value. Stay in that energy, masculine or feminine, but it's about being vulnerable. Yeah, the signs make me cautioning you if somebody comes back around. So just really watch out for the person who comes back around. But others of you have somebody new. And you've gone through this where you realize somebody just isn't right for you. But also letting go and letting the masculine take the lead. That's what I feel is going to happen. So that's that other energy of waiting, patiently, focusing on other things, preparing yourself. I feel there's a masculine preparing themselves as well, emotionally. The feminine also needs to do that because this is it's going to be a deeply emotional conversation. This is two people speaking their truth. Yeah, both people single, releasing all this negativity from the past, and now we have the Empress energy. It's the start of something new. I feel like you're open. The Empress is always open. Somebody who's kind, compassionate, forgiving. You may forgive somebody. You may give them another chance, but others of you, it's more like closure, forgiving them, finding the inner strength to do so and be open to receive. Okay, so I feel like you're about to receive something here. Something that you want, which to me is somebody who's, a decent partner, someone who speaks truth, someone who you're compatible with, a person who brings something to the table, where you acknowledge. See, two people acknowledging. See, there was a lack of acknowledgement. Someone didn't acknowledge. Yeah, and it's often a person who goes within because they didn't see something, and they could be seeing things differently now. But so is the feminine. Yeah, such a lovely energy. I feel like you got a person who really knows what they want here. And I do feel they're honest, they have integrity, and they speak truth. Yeah, so someone who's gone with it. It's just a person I feel who's also healed. But when a feminine takes the lead and someone's in transition, it felt off. It was just off for this person. And it's possible too, some of you, they went for this because they wanted it and then changed their mind because it didn't feel right. And more than likely the timing wasn't right. So really think it through. I feel like you have the power. See, some of you have taken your power back from someone who didn't treat you right. So this is why I feel there's going to be this communication. But some of you have dealt with someone who just does. If somebody comes back in and acts exactly the same way and they toss a hint or breadcrumb where they're hoping that you give them what they want, fill my cup, give me what I want, or they want you to invite them over or you to make the first move or start the conversation. This is where I feel like you're going to know. So I'm wishing you the very best. I see the birth of something new. I do. Some of you are single. I feel the person coming towards you is. I feel there's someone who's been checking you out. They know you're single. Okay? So they're just coming in. But they speak truth. They have integrity. So take care, and we'll see you soon.